Hi everyone, it's Connor McDougall with Redder & Company, Sotheby's International Realty, and McDougall Real Estate. I'm back for the May edition of the McDougall Monthly Market Monitor. I'll be walking you through the Tri-Cities market trends and stats and give you a little background information on what we saw in the last month. So starting off, we'll go over Tri-Cities as a whole. So there were 369 active listings on average over the past month. That's a 10% increase in inventory from April. So awesome to see that we're seeing inventory come up. This is normal for coming into the spring and summer trends, where we see more active buyers and sellers looking to move and relocate. Median days on market is holding at 4 days, as was the same in April. Last year this time it was 3 days. So obviously a very good thing that we're seeing at least an extra day for people to make decisions and put offers in on houses. Average sold price saw a jump to almost $480,000 after being on a downward trend for 3 months in a row. This is expected as we come back into the busy season. We do see higher sale prices during the spring and summer months. Still seeing the average sold price as $5,500 over asking. So we are seeing people coming in with competitive offers and offering over asking in order to win bids and get into homes. So for Kennewick, the median days on market is holding at 5, similarly. It was 4 this time last year, so again, 1 extra day to make a decision on purchasing a home. Inventory is up 13% from last month and 75% from May of last year. So huge increase in inventory from this time last year. Obviously a lot more options for buyers. The market is moving quickly, but there's more out there to choose from even if you do have to make a quick decision. Average sold price jumped to almost $460,000, and we are still seeing over ask offers on the homes, similar to Tri-Cities as a whole. So for Pasco, inventory was up 26% from last month, so 63 active listings on average from 50. That's a pretty big jump, obviously a small sample size, so we'll have to see what happens moving forward in June. And it's up 142% from this time last year. So May of last year, there was 26 homes on the market in Pasco. Obviously a huge increase, and that's a great thing to see for all the buyers in the market. Average sold price was about $6,000 over asking, down from $10,000 over asking in April. So we are seeing people still bidding over asking in order to get houses, but it's not as much as we had seen in the previous month. Richland's following the same trends as Kennewick and Pasco, but on a lesser extent. We only saw 3 extra listings on the market compared to last month, but this time last year there was 70 listings on the market, so again almost double what we were seeing during 2021. 109 homes sold compared to 97 last month. That's up, and even up from this time last year. So yeah, we are still seeing like over asking offers in Richland. We are starting to see that number creep down a bit though, so hopefully as we get towards a more balanced market, we'll see houses going closer to asking price versus the over asking that we've seen for the last couple of years. Well, it's been a very strong seller's market. West Richland had a big correction. It is the outlier compared to the other 3 this month. We did see an increase in inventory, but we saw the average sold price drop to $506,000 from about $581,000 in April. When I dug a little bit deeper into the numbers, I found that houses priced over $600,000 in April, there was 14 of them sold. In May, that number was almost half. There was only 8 homes sold over $600,000. That could just be a fluctuation in the market and what was available, but there is also a very strong possibility that the higher interest rates are causing people to look lower down in the price range, as their pre-approvals aren't as high as they would have been with those 2, 3, 4% even interest rates that we saw over the last couple of years. This is a graph just showing the weekly average mortgage rates. This isn't an advertisement for any mortgage rates. This is just as reported by Freddie Mac. And so past rates. You can see here, obviously this is over the past year. We've seen a pretty steep uptick there in the 30, 15, and the 5/1 ARMs. We have actually seen two weeks in a row now where the 30-year and the 15-year fixed rate mortgages have come down slightly. The ARM the adjustable rate mortgages do continue to go up. I just wanted to add a little bit more information on the interest rates. Obviously there has been a big spike in the last couple of years, but we're also coming off a period of like extremely low interest rates. So like being under 3% and people locking in 30-year mortgages in the twos was just unheard of up until this past year. So if you look back all the way dating back to the early 70s, you'll see how high interest rates have been through that time, and how even at 5.1% we are still at a kind of historically a low level for interest rates in the 30-year fixed category. That's not to say that there aren't other factors, including average salary, average home prices, that do factor into the affordability of a home. But this is just looking strictly at the interest rates and seeing that we have seen rates quite a bit higher than this in the past. Looking here at the Tri-City inventory, we are starting to see an increase that does track on line with what we would tend to see around this time, just with the seasonal swing and seeing more people moving in the spring and summertime. Hopefully we see something similar to this arc of 2019, that dark blue line. It would be nice to see us get up over kind of 500-600 units of inventory in the market to try to balance out the market a bit more. Obviously 2021 barely broke 400 in the late peak season, so we'd like to see more houses on the market. It'll be better for everybody. Average sale price, so I've already talked about this briefly, but Kennewick, Richland, and Pasco all saw a slight uptick. West Richland did see that big correction, most likely due to some more expensive homes being sold the previous month, and then also the interest rates forcing people to look in the lower price ranges. Homes sold, as you look at these lines, we're pretty similar to previous year's trends. No big changes as far as the home sold trends go, so we are still on track to see home sales average what they have the last few years. And then median days on market, this is one that even pre-COVID or pre-pandemic, we saw in the summer months the market got quite competitive and houses coming on and off the market quite quickly. Obviously there was lower inventory as compared to what we've traditionally had even before the pandemic started, and the pandemic just increased that. So we are seeing still that kind of hovering around 5 median days on market. So it's important that as a buyer, if you are looking to buy, that you're prepared, you're working with someone that you trust and that you're confident in, who's competent and who can really make a strong offer for you quickly and walk you through that process in a short period of time. And on the selling side, it's just as important when you've got multiple offers coming in, being able to evaluate the different offers to look at what's the strongest and what's most likely to close the transaction, and what's important to you as the seller. Both sides of the transaction, with the market moving this quickly, you want to make sure you're working with somebody who can adequately meet your needs and do best by you. If you found this information useful, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more information about the Tri-Cities real estate market. And if you have any more questions about the current housing market, please feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to answer questions, even if you're not looking for representation or currently shopping. I just love having conversations with people about the market, and if you have any questions, reach out, and I'll see you guys again next month.